Hey, what's going off up here then? I don't very often come up here,
Hi.
mate.
Welcome to Steel City Classics. My name's Frank, and this is Tatty. Hi Tatty. Mark.
Tatty to us.
We're just going to have a wander around and just show you some of our stock and have a chat with you about maybe what sort of bikes you've got. We're really interested to see the sort of bikes that you've got in your little cubbyhole, probably that the wife doesn't know about. But what we're going to ask people to do is to send us pictures of all the bikes that they've got in there. We've done that with a few people, haven't we?
We have, yeah.
And what's interesting is that whenever you're selling a bike or even buying a bike, you tend to find that the customer that you're selling to has got anything up to 25, 30, 60 bikes in one case. So we're always keen to see what you've got, and what we want you to do is send us some photographs of the nice tricky stuff that you've got. Would you do that for us?
Yeah, we just put them in comments and...
Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to go through a few bikes that we've got, just give you a bit of a picture behind them and where they came from. Mark's been brilliant in terms of finding some stock for us. People now are coming into us and asking us to buy their bikes and buy from us. We've got some real good clientele. For example, the Jota that you can see, that was a bike that I actually bought from Bonham Auction. It was one of the bikes in the day that I was travelling down, probably 24 years of age. I was fortunate at the time to have a CBX1000. I was travelling down to Matlock, as we all did in the day, and I could hear this thud come past me, and it was the Laverda Jota in the exact same colour, 180 degree engine, an absolute stunning bike. I got there about 10 minutes later, and the guy was sat there having his cup of coffee, and I just sat and had a chat with him about the bike, and from that moment I was hooked really, and always wanted to sort of own one. So we bought that from Bonham. The guy that was selling it was at the auction, and he absolutely told me all about the bike, all the things that he's done. What's the company that is famous for looking after these bikes?
Slater Brothers.
Slater Brothers, that's it. That bike's been completely pampered by the Slater Brothers, who are renowned for looking after Laverda Jotas.
Just looking at these, Frank, these are two Kawasaki's that you got from Germany
Yes.
a while ago. We decided we'd do that one in the Lawson colours.
Yeah.
Big Lawson fans we are. You said you've got a couple more bikes coming from.
Yeah, the same guy. He's a very good guy, a good contact. He really gets into all the areas, the Scandinavian areas. He's got a few bikes that he grabs hold of. He's actually got me two fantastic looking CB1100 RCs, which certainly in my day they were the bike to have if you could ever afford one. You don't really see them that much. I know there's an owners club, and it'd be interesting to get their views on it, so hopefully they'll get in touch with us. But we've got two of those coming, one with a 4-1 exhaust of the period, together with a brand new set of standard pipes, and the other one absolutely bog standard. So they're coming in sort of mid-December, so watch this space. They'll be good bikes to look at, and his quality is very good, so I'm hoping they're going to be really good bikes for us.
And this, the Kawasaki CB1100, that tells a bit of a story when we got that contact from that guy.
Yeah, it is a great story, that. We've got a really good contact that we've met. We've now become friends. He comes out and has a curry with us when he pops down from Scotland. He had a CBX offers and a final edition Ducati, brand new. We delivered it, myself and Mark went up there, stayed overnight and delivered the bikes to him. And I was fortunate enough to bring 3 bikes back with us, which he absolutely wasn't going to let go. That's one of them, the Z9. He had a Z1B and a Z900, and they were absolutely stunning bikes, and a Z1000. And those bikes were absolutely stunning, all of that sort of detail. We've sold 2 of them. We've got this one left, but we've got quite a lot of interest in it. Stuart actually, big Scottish guy, gave me a bear hug when I sort of finally convinced him that we should be having his bikes, to say, I can't believe you've nicked these bikes off me. But we do have a bit of banter and we go backwards and forwards with him, so he's a great customer.
It's also a feature bike, so guys in London, Classic Bike Magazine.
That's
We've actually
right,
got the magazine here
Yes,
with all the building,
Yeah.
and it's got absolutely loads and loads of receipts for build. Stunning.
What's interesting about what we found with Steel City Classics is that you meet a different person, maybe at the older end that you know, got a bit of money to spend. I've seen the bikes in the era and want to stay with those bikes, but you can imagine that now what we're getting is contacts all around the country and even abroad. I met a really lovely guy, ex-Honda dealer of cars and bikes. He's retired, sold out his business. I bought the SP1 from him because that bike is an absolute stunner, together with a CBX and a CX650 Turbo with 87 miles on the clock. So they're the type of customers that we tend to find. A lovely bike here, just while we're down this end. This is one of my favourites. I absolutely love the RD500, and this one is a UK bike, so that's rare in itself, and it's a one-owner bike from new. So you know, you tend to see the white and red. It's very rare you see the black and red. So they are an unusual bike. That's in itself is a little gem for me. And I certainly think that if anybody was interested in that type of stuff, should certainly come down. I'm sure there are going to be lots of you out there that have got RD500s. Please don't forget, send us your pictures. Let's get some snaps together. We're going to really feature customers' bikes. We really want to do that. So if you have got your lovely little pippins, as we call them, let's get some pictures of them. Tell us a bit of history about them, and we'll obviously make sure that we feature them for you. Mark, tell us about this RD350.
This is one that you sourced. UK bike, matching numbers, Mars bar, which is probably the most popular and most famous of colours, but really standard. All this is had is just a bit of a polish. It's just really, really nice, original. It's
got all the patina with it, hasn't it?
It has, yeah.
The original mirrors, everything on it, the original exhaust, nothing's been changed with that bike whatsoever. That's how they came out. So the good thing about that is, as Mark says, it's untouched. It's not something that we've messed around with, or where we bought it from is not being messed around with.
I can't tell that catching me in background there.
Oh, that is a Mike Hailwood replica, and as you can see, the whole of the body kit. I'll just come around this side of it to show you. What you've got here is this bike is one that is a bike that you ride. It is ridden, and the guy who runs it or ran it quite often, and he changed a few things on it to make sure that the suspension, the electrics, all the motor was a bike that you could get on that any day and just have a nice ride on it and not feel that you're losing your fillings. What's good about it is that all the standard bits are with the bike, so you can see we've got the front nose fairing, the full fairing at the back, the original seat and the original seat hump. So all that bike can be put back to standard as it should be, or you could leave it like this and you could run that bike every day. That is a lovely, lovely bike.
That's just had a recent engine rebuild, only done 600 miles since engine build.
Yeah, the guy's really done a lot of work to that before we picked it up. He really worked on that bike to make it a runnable bike, and as I said, he runs that more or less every day when he has been doing. Okay, so that's just giving you a flavour. You can see that we've got quite a lot of bikes. There's a few British bikes in the back there. One that's just come in that we took in part exchange, or two actually, that I'd like to show you. The CB1100R. Mark did a bit of a video shoot on this the other day. It's got the original pipes on it, and this is a lovely, lovely bike. This has come in and not been touched, so it's not even been cleaned. So when we get our fingers on it, we'll make that a nice bright bike. Together with the one just in front of it, which is a GT750 Suzuki. It's the B, so it's the one that's desirable. Original front mudguard. It's got the correct lights, and all the things that go on it are exactly as that bike should be. It's even got the mirrors with the S on the mirror, so they are all standard. That is an absolute stunner, and it's certainly a bike that you would want to come and have a look at. I'll just finish off with a couple of our biggies. As you can see, we've got two red CBXs. We've got an American version here with the I-bars. Pretty decent bike. That bike's as cheap as chips, as I would call it. That's £12,000, and that's a good bike for someone to change a few things, maybe move a few things around on it, get it to sort of the condition it needs to be. Having said that, it's in decent nick anyway, but for 12 grand you've got a bike that is a good investment, and that will take you further over the years to becoming a 30 grand bike as they become limited. We have one that's had a full restoration. And just to give you an idea, that's on a 12 grand, this is on a 24 grand. But that's had an absolute tooth and nail, bottom to top, all the way through, a full restoration on that bike. And that's probably one of the best I've ever seen. And if you talk to the CBX Owners Club, they've got some stunning bikes themselves, but I think they would be impressed with the way that that's done. They did the plots on that bike to make sure that they were exactly as they should be. So I hope you've enjoyed the small tour that we've given you. I'd like to thank Mark for his efforts in getting the customers and bringing them in and getting some lovely bikes. I'd like to see, as we said to you before, please send us your photographs, send us a little bit of history about where you got it from, or the background with it, and we will make sure that we do some features on a weekly basis, and that will then include everybody that loves classic bikes. Thank you for watching.